Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock, and in this video we're taking a look at what's going on with the markets because we were up a little bit today and then kind of sold off into the close. And well, what level did we reach? What levels are we looking to be heading towards? Those are things that I want to look at in this video. Down in the description is a link to Moomoo. By using my link, you get up to 17 free stocks by signing up. And when you deposit $100 or more, you get 7 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000 or more, you get 17 free stocks, including a share of AI, who's reporting earnings soon, by the way, and BBAI. So check out that offer. It goes on till March 31st. So get your free stocks now. Also, while you're looking around down in the description, check out that link for the Patreon. Click it, go over, sign up, check out my Patreon exclusive content, and be part of my Discord community that I have over there. We'd absolutely love to have you. With that said, let's get on to the content. All right, so first we have the SPY, and oh my goodness, let me actually show that to you on the screen. The SPY closing about 396, it looks like, 396.26. And so that actually puts us near that $400 mark, which is around the 4,000 mark for the S&P. And the S&P, we didn't quite get there. We were not able to touch or cross the 4,000 barrier for the S&P, and I think that's really important. Now, we are flirting with the 50-day simple moving average. It's acting as support for us, but we did close just below it, so we really want to watch and see if that's going to hold for us over the next several days. If not, that 200-day simple moving average that you see here at 390, that is our next leg down, which is about 1.5% down from where we currently sit. And well, like I said, we want to watch and see what happens with the S&P. I think that line it will hold for us. We're going to have to watch and see as we get into March. I think March could, I know there's some skepticism out there, but it could possibly be a half decent month for us. We're going to have to watch and see what the markets do and watch and see the reports that we have coming out. Here we're looking at the Qs, and you can see we're up above the 200-day still. Awesome. And we have turned around at lower points right now, sitting at 293. So we could give up about $4. So what does that come out to be? About 1.33% from where we're at right now before we touch what I think is pretty firm support at that 200-day. With the fact that we're back up above the 50-day and the 200-day is a bullish sign for us. There are some headwinds that we have to look out for. So please be on the lookout for those things. Like I said, with some of the reports we have coming up in my previous video, I talked about the CPI that's coming out and a PPI that's coming out, and we could find out some pretty interesting news from that. I'm about to wrap up my final analysis for that. I'll share it first over at the Patreon whenever I can get that to them as soon as I can for that Patreon exclusive content, including the research that I have for YouTube. I'll give you guys the highlights and absolutely free. So let me move on from there. I did want to share this with you quickly, that consumer confidence slumped in February amid recession concerns. So the concerns are still out there, and honestly, consumer sentiment is one of those things that can cause a recession to happen because consumers, fearing recession, will start holding on to their cash rather than spending their cash, and that means a slowdown in the economy. So that is something that we have to watch out for. So you can see that the consumer confidence fell, and it actually missed the expectation of 106, which was already moving down. Economists were expecting a measure of 108. And well, they fell shy of that. So that is something that we absolutely need to pay attention to for that consumer sentiment. We get more of that from Michigan coming up in the next few weeks. So we're going to have to watch that as well. They also tell us that job prospects are good. However, they say 6 months from now, things could be looking pretty shaky. So we're going to have to watch and see if there's a whole bunch of layoffs, if that labor market changes, going from a tight labor market to a much looser one where it can be a little bit harder to find a job, unemployment's higher. We're going to have to watch. The outlook appears considerably more pessimistic when looking ahead. Expectations where jobs and incomes and businesses conditions are headed over the next 6 months fell sharply in February. This is an important thing to pay attention to here. Consumers may be showing early signs of pulling back spending in the face of high prices and rising interest rates. Fewer consumers are planning to purchase homes or autos as they appear to be scaling back plans to buy major appliances. Vacation intentions also declined in February. So if we have the decline in February, that could be something that spells more of a decline in GDP for Q1 when we start to hear those, when I think either April or May. I'm going to see when that advanced estimate comes out for GDP to know that for certain. I wouldn't be surprised when we get the final revision for Q4 2022 if that gets revised a little bit further down from what we had. We went from 2.9 down to 2.7. And we'll see if we hit that 2.6 level, possibly below for Q4. And then we'll see what more to expect coming into Q1. January probably went pretty well. February, maybe we start to see that pulling back. And March, I think, is going to be far more telling. We're just going to have to watch and see as that plays out for us. All right, so I better wrap things up for you. So the markets, Honestly, like I said, there could be some levity in the markets. We're gonna have to see if those moving averages hold. Assuming that we don't get any really bad news that's gonna make the markets tank, it is possible that we do bounce off of those. Seeing the S&P break up above 4,000 would be a very good sign. Watching it hit 4,000 and fail to break that resistance is going to be something that's going to keep the markets down. So please be watching that. For the NASDAQ, that number is 11,600. If we break through that, that could also be a bullish sign. And like I said in my previous videos, in the short term, I am bullish on the markets. Over the longer term, I think that we're going to start to see some more softness. Q1 earnings, economic forecasts, the forward guidance that we get from those companies, I think it goes along with what we see with consumer confidence right now. And so we're going to have to see if that plays out the way I expect. It's why I keep on adding to my SQQQ position, because even though the market's right now been sort of trading sideways, and even though it has moved up a little bit yesterday, I still added a little bit more to my position. And if we see that upward movement through March, assuming that I still have the same idea in mind for 2023 moving forward, I'm probably going to keep on adding to my position as it gets cheaper to invest in the inverse ETF. You guys do what you want. You can let me know how you're approaching the current economic conditions, market conditions, down in the comments. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to hear more of my commentary and see more of my exclusive content, check out that link for the Patreon down in the description. Also, if you haven't gotten your free stocks from Moo, you're taking your own money and it still stays your money, and you're getting free stocks on top of it, but you're also getting just an amazing, really full-fledged trading app through Moo. So do yourself a favor, check out those links down in the description. It supports the channel. It allows me to come here and do what I do for all of you and bring you as many opportunities as I can. I really appreciate it. Now for some free stuff, other ways you can support the channel. Thumbs up to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring that notification bell to see any time that these videos come out. Thank you guys. I'm Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. We'll see you in the next video.